Surprise, Arizona might be the most underrated suburb in the entire West Valley of Phoenix. And I say that as someone who sells homes all over this valley. It's quietly become one of the best value moves out there. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the state, and yet people moving to Phoenix consistently overlook it. So in this honest 2026 guide, I'm going to give you the real pros and the real cons, what homes actually cost, who Surprise is perfect for, and the one type of buyer who should probably look somewhere else. No fluff, just the real version. What is going on, everybody? This is SHANDELIN Anderson, a realtor here in the West Valley of Phoenix, and I help people move to Surprise, Buckeye, Goodyear, Litchfield Park, and Peoria. And Surprise is genuinely one of my favorite recommended cities for the right buyer. Let me show you why. And here's where it falls short, because I'll always give you both sides. Here's the thing about Surprise. It doesn't have that flashy name recognition of Scottsdale or the hot headline buzz of Buckeye. So a lot of relocating buyers skip right past it. And then their friend who moved to Surprise ends up with more house, a lower price, and a shorter to-do list. Overlooking Surprise is one of the most common and most expensive misses that I see in the West Valley home shopping. So let's fix that right now, honestly. First, the lay of the land. Surprise sits up in the northwest corner of the greater Phoenix metro in the West Valley. And the vibe is exactly what a lot of families and retirees are actually looking for. Newer, clean, spread out, safe feeling with real amenities and a lot of sky. It's not a dense urban core, and it's not trying to be its suburban Arizona living done well. Surprise has a bit of a split personality, and I mean it as a compliment. One side, you've got a fantastic family environment, neighborhoods, and master plan communities full of newer homes. On the other side, you've got some of the best active adult and 55 plus communities in the whole valley. So it pulls a strong retiree and snowbird crowd as well. And that mix gives Surprise a stable, friendly, well-kept feel that a lot of people fall for in the second that they visit. Now let's talk about why people love living in Surprise. Pro number one is the value. This is the headline. In 2026, you can still find newer, well-built single-family homes in Surprise in the high 300s to the mid 400s. Real homes, newer construction, in good communities. Compare that to what the same house costs in the East Valley or Scottsdale, and the gap is stark. Surprise is where the housing dollar stretches. Pro number two, newer everything. Because Surprise grew more recently, a lot of the housing stock, the schools, the parks, the shopping centers, is all relatively new. If you like modern floor plans and you don't want to buy a fixer-upper, Surprise makes that easy. Pro number three, amenities and recreation. Spring training baseball is right there. You've got parks, a big recreation and aquatic scene, golf, and easy access to the outdoors. For an active family or an active retiree, there's a lot to do without driving across the valley. Pro number four, the community feel. Surprise has that friendly, settled, neighbors wave at you quality. It's a comfortable place to plant roots, and that part is why people move there and they tend to stay. Now, if Surprise is sounding like it might be your spot, let's make it real. Call or text me at 540-623-4143, and I'll pull current Surprise homes that fit your budget, or grab my free West Valley Buyer Guide in the description. Okay, so now the honest part, the cons. Con number one, the commute. If you work in the far east side, Surprise is northwest. If your job is in Scottsdale, Tempe, or the far east valley, that is a long daily haul, and I won't sugarcoat it. Surprise makes the most sense if you work on the west side, or the northwest side, or you work from home. Be honest with yourself about your commute before you fall in love. Con number 2, some newest areas are still filling in. In the very newest pockets, the retail, restaurants, and services are still catching up to the rooftops. You might be a little further from the ideal grocery store or restaurant scene in a brand new neighborhood. This gets better every year, and it's real today. Con number 3, it's suburban, not urban. If you crave a walkable, dense, nightlife, heavy city vibe, Surprise is not going to give you that. It's not trying to. This is spread out suburban living where you drive to most things. For a lot of people, that's the whole appeal. But if you're a downtown person, know that that's not going on here in Surprise. And the summer heat, of course. But that's all of the Phoenix metro area, not Surprise specifically. And I've got a whole cost of living video that covers how to handle it. So, who is Surprise, Arizona actually perfect for? 3 groups, actually. The first group is a value-focused family who wants newer construction, good schools and parks, and more home for the money, and who work on the west side or from home. Surprise is a dream fit. Number 2, the retirees or active adult buyers. Genuinely one of my top West Valley recommendations for anyone relocating for retirement who wants resort-style community living without the Scottsdale price tag. The 55 plus communities here are excellent. And number 3, first-time and relocating buyers coming from more expensive states who want to feel like they got a win. More square footage, newer home, lower price. Surprise delivers that feeling. And here's the one type of buyer who should probably look elsewhere, because I'd rather be straight with you than to sell you the wrong town. If your work is anchored in the far east side of the valley and you're in the office every day, or you specifically want a dense, walkable urban lifestyle, Surprise is going to fight your daily life. In that case, I'd point you towards East Valley or a more central location, even if it costs more, because the best deal in the world isn't the deal that you dread, your commute, or your lifestyle every single day. That honesty is exactly why the right buyers trust me. If Surprise is your fit, 2 quick tips to buy smart. First, pick your neighborhood as carefully as you pick your house. An established Surprise community versus a brand new fringe one is very different in the day-to-day life, especially on amenities and commute. Second, know exactly what your total monthly cost is, HOA and all, before you fall in love. Some of the amenity-rich and 55-plus communities carry fees that are worth it if you use them and a waste if you don't. I walk every buyer through this so that there's no surprises in Surprise. I recommend Surprise as often as I do because I watch the results. Value-focused families and retirees who buy here tend to be some of the happiest clients I have a year later because the town quietly delivers exactly what it promises. And the ones who are unsure, almost always the deciding factor was matching the commute and the lifestyle, honestly, which is the whole reason why I make these guides. So tell me in the comments, after hearing the real pros and the cons, is Surprise on your list or is it off it? And if you're weighing it against Buckeye or Goodyear, go to watch my West Valley comparison video. It pairs perfectly with this one. Here's your next step. If you want to explore Surprise for real, call or text me at 540-623-4143 or grab my free West Valley buyer guide in the description, and I'll set you up on a custom Surprise search that fits your budget and your commute. And if you're selling a home to make this move, use the free home value tool in the description to see what your current home is worth today. It takes about a minute and there's no cost. I'm SHANDELIN Anderson, and this is Living in the West Valley of Phoenix, where you always get the honest version. If this helps you, subscribe. I break down a different West Valley city every week, so you're in the next one. See you in the next one. SHANDELIN, your neighborhood realtor. Talk to you later.